Hello, Sharon Richards from the Green Desk with my windows open this week to the wonderful weather that we're having here in Florida in March. I know it's probably a little messy up north where I'm from in Chicago and other northern climes. In any event, I do hearken back to my roots this week because that's what this week's paper ephemera is about. Family heirlooms. Now, whether you have these or not depends largely on how much of savers, collectors your relatives were. Your predescendants? Anyway, the people that came before you. Now, in my case, my grandparents wrote letters to one another, correspondence with my grandfather during the war, also when he was on the road as a salesman. Shortly after the war, and they saved those, and that's marvelous, because what this is, just like the documented Civil War, history of two people corresponding during the 1800s. For me personally, my grandparents, their correspondence between each other prior to my mother being born is just a wonderful cornucopia to enrich and enliven what my grandparents were like before they had children, and certainly before they were grandparents. And how you can preserve those, of course, you can go to the extent of acid-free papers and containers and things. But, you could also be delicate with them, certainly. But what my mother has done is put all of them in just plastic pages that you would use like when you're putting together a 3-ring binder or something, and then putting them in a 3-ring binder. So you can get as elaborate or as, and showy as you like with these things. But family heirlooms of paper, I know, call me crazy, but I did save my grandmother's personal calendar from the year that she passed away, which was 1997. Is that a weird thing or not? But it just showed how her life was. And, not that I wasn't aware that she was a very busy woman, even as an Avon lady in her 70s and into her 80s. But these little things, it's just so precious and remind us of our loved ones. Certainly there's other formats that we'll talk about later, like jewelry and furniture and, hobbies, train sets. So, but paper, again, like I say, one of the finest letters and correspondence between family members is totally sentimental, completely valuable to you. That's it, Sharon Richards from the Green Desk. I'll see you next week. Take care.